What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. To focus in on the Boston Bruins, kind of debacle going on right now, losing last night in a shootout to Edmonton. They are not playing good hockey at all whatsoever. And anytime you take guys to Edmonton and don't emerge with 2 points, you got to look long and hard at yourself in the mirror. They're 3 points ahead of the Panthers. Panthers have a game at hand. The Bruins are stumbling. 3-4-3 in their last 10. Really not playing at a level they showed. They were great in December and January, and then February they've just fallen apart at the seams. And I got news for you. Their next 3 games in St. Louis, in Chicago, then at home against Vancouver. Not exactly, an easy slate of games at all. 3 really good Western Conference teams. 2 teams, the first 2 should be considered legitimate Stanley Cup, contention teams. And Vancouver's got a really good squad as well. So, and Vancouver always plays the Bruins hard. They got a little bit of rivalry since the 2011 final. A little bit of animosity between those 2 squads, even though a lot of the faces have changed over the years. The vitriol's still there, and it's always great hockey when they take the ice against each other. But this is just a debacle. I think I've used that word a few times already, but I would have started Subban against Edmonton, and their rationale for not starting Subban was they needed the 2 points. So you're gonna start a kid and not believe he can get you 2 points? Is that what I'm? You're saying you don't believe Malcolm Subban's gonna get you 2 points? That's kind of ridiculous. And then the other thing is, Tuga didn't get you 2 points. So and you gotta start. You gotta rest Tuga once in a great while. And I talked to me yesterday on the show. Anyone clamoring that they should trade Tuga Rask is a friggin' idiot. Should have their head examined and never talk about hockey again. In that order, of course. But this is just it's not a good run of hockey. I think Peter Chiarelli hasn't done a good job of putting this team in the best position to win. I think as much as you want to blame Claude, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit, according to, a great American philosopher, my dad. So that's, what you got here. I think if I was Chiarelli, I would have amnestied um, Chris Kelly over the summer, and I know people don't like that because Chris Kelly has a lot of fans. Um, in Boston, I never really understood. I think he could have been replaced, without too much difficulty. And I would have held on to Boychuk, or moved Boychuk at the draft, opened up the cap room, and re-signed Rob McGinley. Because their first and fourth right wing spots have been, the 2 biggest weaknesses on the team. Krejci and Lucic have had how many different right wings play with them this season? They've always had the consistency was Horton for a while, and then again the last year. Now this Pasternak's looking like he's gonna be a great player, but obviously, you can't be relying on an 18-year-old kid to be the one that saves your season. Um, just it's ridiculous to see what's going on here, and to watch this team play. I'm not clamoring to blow it all up just yet. Stay the course, see what happens at the deadline. If you can add a piece or two, great. If not, come this summer. They're not going to trade Chara in season. That's ridiculous. But if they get a good offer in the draft, you got to consider it. He's going to be 38 in March. You can get clear some cap room, move some pieces around the board. You can get some NHL talent and whatever. It's something to consider. But I'm not driving the trade Chara bandwagon. But all I'm saying is, with the exception of Rask, I wouldn't be. Tuukka's one player I wouldn't move at all. Unless you're getting a legitimate #1 goalie in return. That's what he is. That's legitimate #1 goalies and legitimate #1 defensemen are the 2 hardest places to address, and Chara doesn't fall into the ladder anymore. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's what's for the power play with CJ on the Boston Bruins' latest debacle. Stay tuned for more episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.